Hey everyone, today I want to swatch these new Flash paints that I got. So I want to swatch them and then I can show you how they look and how they compare to the other colors. So these are all the shades that I currently have here. This is something else, so we can see how they compare. And you can decide. Hopefully it'll help you see which colors are your favorites. Take a look at the neutrals and you can see, well, earth tones, not neutrals. Here I have raw sienna. It looks pretty classic to me, the colors. This is red ochre and this is burnt sienna. So this is how they look, and for reference, this is the sepia brown. So you can see it's almost, it reads almost black. It's very kind of cool toned brown, and these are quite warm. This is the warmest one. So I just wanted you to see them next to each other so you can decide which colors are your favorite. And I've also made kind of a note to myself whenever I'm trying new colors from the brand. I really prefer the opaque options. That's just personally my preference with how I like to use them. And so the ones that are not opaque are just less appealing to me. All of the new ones that I got are opaque, but you can still sometimes see that there's like a little bit of differences. Like these are quite intense, and this green one, Verdaccio, is also quite intense. And then here you can see a little bit, you can see through the image of the tube. So of course you could apply the color, you can apply another layer or you can use a thicker layer, but still some colors are very, very opaque straight from the tube, and then others are not as much. So with these two colors, they are exactly the same pigments, only this one has white, so you can decide, but the tone of it is really identical. It's kind of I think a really pretty muted green. I don't use a ton of this color, but I could see myself using it in a slightly kind of more muted palette. Like it looks really nice with these kinds of colors. These ones I don't, maybe raw sienna, but these two I probably won't use for my own paintings, only for a kind of like a commission or something. When someone requests these colors, they're just not my personal cup of tea. So here are the greens. You can see how they look. This is green gray, which I also showed in the haul, and this is the pink gray. So you can see them swatched. Really lovely colors. And then we have these. I'll try Let's see. Things are still wet, although these dry super fast. Yeah, I think they're actually already dry, and I just swatched them. So here we have the pastel violet. You can see it next to these colors. So this is ultramarine and this is royal blue, which I love. So you can see it's a really nice, it kind of has the same level of saturation like these two, only this one is a lot more violet, purple. Kind of like a periwinkle, seems to me. And then this one is really just like ultramarine with white. And then the pink, I think it looks nicer in the tube than it does out of the tube. Yeah, it's a pretty color. It's a color that I like wearing, but I don't know how much I like it in paint form. Here is for comparison the other pinks that I have from this line. My absolute favorite is the magenta. I use it a lot and I love it. And then there's the red violet, which you can see again, it's more transparent color. So it's just the transparent ones are just not working well for me. And then here is this Parma pink. It's quite muted. It's more muted than I thought. And this one is called Rose, and then this one is Venetian, I want to say, pink. And then this one is Rose Ochre. So just to give you an idea, I don't even know if they have more pinks in their range, but this is what they have. Oh, there's the, it's not true. There's the fluorescent one. This is the fluorescent one. There, so there is another pink, and it looks really nice when you add white to it. Okay, so here you can see the different tones, and hopefully this will also help you decide which colors are for you. And this is what I wanted to show you. This is really kind of the reason, besides the fact that I just love these colors as they are. So for example, this one, this is gray green, and this one is pink gray, or gray, yeah, pink gray, and this one is gray green. This is why I like them. So for example, here we have the red ochre mixed with the green gray, and here we have red ochre mixed with white. Now these are also pretty, to me, but these kind of give you an entire mood with just like a little bit of that extra something. Now, of course, you could make this color, you can see it's actually almost identical to the Verdacchio color with a lot of white. They're very, very similar. Let me look at the pigments actually. So we have white is the first one here, and then, yeah, this one has also a little bit of a yellow that this one doesn't. And I think it's barely noticeable. Maybe this one is like a teeny tad bit warmer, but also when you add a lot of white to it, it really kind of cools it down. So you could, but this is a really nice shortcut, and I just love using these kinds of colors instead of white. They are mostly white, but just that extra something I think really adds to the entire color palette when you use them. So let's just take a look. So you can see the raw sienna with white just really gives you those kind of sandy colors. The red ochre with white gives you kind of those pinky, earthy brick tones. Burnt sienna, you can see how much cooler it is, like how much less red it is than the red ochre. You really get kind of these cocoa shades, which I personally love. I don't like the color as it is. To me, it's too intense. But with white, you really get to those kind of like purpley, browny, pinky shades, which I personally love. And then the Verdacchio, hopefully I pronounced that correct. When you add white to it, you really see how it cools it down. I would say it would probably be fun to add a little bit of yellow to this, and then I think we'll really get those kind of earthy green tones. These are lovely. It's more of like these sagey greens. They're a little bit cooler because of the white. And then the sepia brown really gives us fun kind of taupey colors when you add a lot of white to it. It's quite heavy on the gray, this particular brown. And then here I have, as I mentioned before, the red ochre with green gray. And you can see the kind of colors you get. They are more muted. They still have some warmth to them because of the red ochre, but this would be just like such a beautiful color palette for like an atmospheric landscape or abstract. If you wanted to create like a large piece that is really kind of quiet and calm, I think this would be a beautiful color palette. And definitely something I should explore is actually how the pink mixes with this green. That would be interesting. Actually, let's do that because I have a ton of green on my palette. And of course you could go on with these forever. There's just so many options. This is a little bit of that pink gray. When you're doing these mixes, you want to start with the lighter color. Otherwise you'll be really struggling. You'll have to add a lot of it to see any changes. So look at the difference between these colors and these colors. I just find these to be, you know, they have a bit of warmth to them just because of the little touch of pink, which is actually, it's not even pink, it's a brown pigment. But that brown brings warmth that the white that I used here doesn't have. So you could probably get similar results if you used some kind of ivory color, cream color, but and of course you could add just like a little touch of brown. But this to me is just like a fun shortcut. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope it was helpful to you. And if you want to get some of these colors, then now you kind of know what they can do a little bit better. Of course, you could start mixing them with, you know, all these earth tones would look great mixed with ultramarine blue, or even the royal blue that I showed you before, like this color, because they would neutralize each other, and I'm sure we would get really pretty gray colors. So if you want to see that video, actually leave me a comment, and I'll try to do that for you. I just find it so helpful when you see what your colors can really do. And yeah, you can find all these pages that I showed you in my shop. They are Printables, and you can get them there. And that is it for today. So thank you so much for watching. Let me also check. Yeah, this is all dry. These dry so fast. It's one of the reasons that I like them. So see you in another video soon. Take care. Bye bye.